Chapter 8. A lot of people don't believe this curse. A lot of people don't believe in yellow spotted lizard either. But if one bites you, it doesn't make a difference whether you believe it or not. Actually, it is kind of odd that scientists named the lizard after its yellow spots. Each lizard has exact 11 yellow spots, but the spots are hard to see on its yellow green body. The lizard is from 6 to 10 inches long and has been red eyes. In truth, its eyes are yellow, and it is the skin around the eyes which is red. But everyone always speaks of its red eyes. It also has black teeth and a milky white tongue. Look at one. You would have thought that it should have been named a red-eyed lizard or a black-toothed lizard or perhaps a white-tongued lizard. If you've ever been close enough to see the yellow spots, you're probably did. The yellow-spotted lizard likes to live in holes, which offer shades from the sun and protection from the predatory birds. Up to 20 lizards may live in one hole. They have strong, powerful legs and can leap out of very deep holes to attack their prey. They eat small insects, eat small animals, insects, certain cactus thorns, and the shells of sunflower seeds. Chapter 9. Stanley stood in the shower and let the cold water pour over his hot and sore body. It was 4 minutes of heaven for the second day in a row he didn't use soap. He was too tired. There was no roof over the shower building, and the walls were raised up 6 inches off the ground, except in the corners. There were no drains in the floor. The water ran out under the walls and evaporated quickly in the sun. He put on his clean set of orange clothes. He returned to his tent, put his dirty clothes in the crate, got out his pen and box of stationery, and headed to the rec room. A sign on a door said rec room. Nearly everything in the room was broken. The TV, the pinball machine, the furniture, even the people looked broken. With their worn out bodies sprawled over the virus chairs and sofas, X-Ray and Armpit was playing pool. The surface of the table reminded Stanley of the surface of a lake. It was full of bumps and holes because so many people carved their initials into the felt. They, there was a hole in the far wall, and all electric fans had been placed in front of it. Cheap air conditioning, at least the fan worked. As Stanley made his way across the room, he tripped over an outstretched leg. "Hey, watch it!" said an orange lump on a chair. "You watch it," muttered Stanley, too tired to care. "What did you say?" said the lump demanded. "Nothing," said Stanley. The lump rose. He was almost big as Stanley and a lot tougher. "You said something." He poked his fat finger in Stanley's neck. "What did you say?" A crowd quickly formed around them. "Be cool," said X-Ray. He pulled his hands to Stanley's shoulder. "You don't want to mess with the caveman," he warned. "The caveman's cool," said Armpit. I'm not looking for trouble, Stanley said. I'm just tired, that's all, the lump grunted. X-ray and armpits led Stanley over to a couch. Squid slid over to make room for as Stanley sat down. Did you see the caveman back there? X-ray said. The caveman's one tough dude, said Squid, and he lightly punched Stanley's arm. Stanley leaned back against the torn, vinely upholstery despite his cold sho- shower. Shower. His body still radiated heat. I wasn't trying to start anything, he said. The last thing he wanted to do after killing himself all day on the lake was to get in a fight with a boy called a caveman. He was glad X-Ray and Armpit had come to rescue. Well, how do you like your first hole? Asked Squid. Stanley groaned, and the other boys laughed. Well, the first hole's the hardest, said Stanley. No way, said X-Ray. The second hole's the hardest. Second hole is a lot hard. Holes a lot harder. You're hunting before you're getting even started. If you think you're sore now, just wait to see just wait and see how you feel tomorrow morning, right? That's right, said Squid. Plus, the fun's gone, said X-Ray. The fun? Asked Stanley. Don't lie to me, said X-Ray. I bet you always wanted to dig a big hole, right? Am I right? Stanley had never really thought of it before, but he knew better to tell X-Ray he wasn't right. Every kid in the world wants to dig a big great hole, said X-Ray. In China, to China, right? Right, said Stanley. See what I mean? Said X-Ray. That's what I'm saying. But now the fun is gone, and you still got it to do again and again and again. Camp fun and games, said Stanley. What's in the box? Said Squid. Stanley had forgotten he had brought it. A paper. I was going to write a letter to my mother. Your mother? Laughed Squid. She'll worry if I don't. Squid scowled. Stanley looked around the room. This was the one place in camp where boys could enjoy themselves. And what did they do? They wrecked it. The glass on the TV was smacked as if someone had put his foot through it. Every table and chair seemed to be missing at least one leg. Everything leaned. He waited. He want. He wait. He waited to write the letter until after Squid had gotten up and joined the game of pool. Dear Mom, today was my first day at camp, and I've already made some friends. We've been out on the lake all day. I'm so pretty tired. Once I pass the swimming test, I'll get to learn how to water sky. He stopped writing as he became aware that somebody was reading over his shoulder. He turned to Zero, standing behind the couch. I don't want her to worry about me, he explained. Zero said nothing. He just stared at this letter with a serious, almost angry looking on his face. Stanley slipped it back into the stationery box. Did the shoes have red X on the box? Zero asked him. It took Stanley a moment, but he realized Zero was asking about the Clyde Livingston's shoe. Yes, they did, he said. He wondered how Zero knew that. Brand X was a popular brand of Snickers. Maybe Clyde Livingston made a commercial for them. Zero stared at him for a moment with the same intensity which he made been staring at the letters. Stanley poked his fingers through a hole in the vinyl couch and pulled out some of the stuffing. He wasn't aware of what he was doing. Come on, caveman dear, said Armpit. You're coming, caveman, said Squid. Stanley looked around to see that Armpit and Squid were talking to him. Sure, he said. He put the piece of stationery back in the box, then got up and followed the boys out to the tables. The lump wasn't the caveman, he was. He shrugged his left shoulder. It was better than Barf Bag.